What's going on, recliners? Welcome back. Welcome to the channel. I'm Brian, and today I'll be doing another X-Men 97 reaction. Gonna be watching episode 7. I have a feeling from here on out, things are gonna get crazy. Last we left off, Charles is coming home after the aftermath of what happened at Genosha. Storm got her powers back, so we're gonna reunite the core X-Men and hopefully get into some crazy shenanigans. We haven't gotten any insight as to what the deal is with Magneto yet. Hopefully that'll be answered in this episode. As I mentioned in a previous one, I don't think he's dead. A character that big to have an off-screen death, nah, doesn't sit right with me. So, yeah, pretty sure he's alive. Hopefully again, find out in this episode. But we're going to go ahead and get right into this one. If you guys enjoyed today's video, I'd appreciate if you could give it a like. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. So yeah, let's get into episode 7, X-Men 97. I wish I could just rock out to this intro all the time. Oh man, my buddy. Yeah, he's done, unfortunately.
Remy LeBeau would be the first to remind you that life, like the cards, is wild.
Always with the poker-style references.
Gambit had endless faith in potential, haunted by the life of Bayou crime into which he was born. How could Remy, so tuned to potential, fail to see how his sins had made him into a hero?
Man, this sucks. Find a way to bring him back. It's comic book world. It's possible.
How could she not be here? He saved all of us.
Gonna be interesting to see what Rogue does. Looks like she's gonna do something crazy. Callie, stop. Yeah, she doesn't give a shit. We both got groomed today. She got her bath, her nails did. She's got a little bandana. I got my haircut today.
Our intruder is an unhinged mutant from the swamp. She ain't no...
We're Henry Gyrick and Bolivar Trask.
Thought your kind were the good guys.
The UN just can't commit any more help.
Finding even one more survivor could give mutants some hope.
I don't know if I've ever seen him in the suit, but with his sunglasses.
Sorry, son. Just, unfortunate optics.
Optics, sir? Check the headlines, Mr. President. They're all about the virtue of patience.
They're processing. But
Oh,
ready.
nice.
I got
Get her
too
back in the
comfortable.
suit now.
Never again.
No one could have seen this coming. I know what she meant to you, Scott.
Maybe not bring her up.
To Nathan.
Right now, we have to be strong. For the team.
Wonder how long it's gonna take the professor to get back to Earth. Hopefully he doesn't just appear in the season finale. But I don't think he'll be in this one. I feel like this is something the X-Men need to deal with on their own, you know?
Stellar work, Amelia.
Triage dies down when the dead stay dead.
I'm heartened to know that it is you who will bear witness to what happened in Genosha. The death of the dream.
Oh, yes! When I saw the motorcycle, I was like, that can't be Cap, right?
Genosha wasn't just a mutant tragedy. It shames us all.
Skip the hogwash and tell me what America's top cop is doing all the way out here.
It makes me so happy to see them interacting. The MCU movies have like desensitized me to the fact that they're all part of the same universe.
Last week, Gyrick was transferred out of U.S. custody by some covert division in the UN.
Now, we can get my boy to do a cameo.
OZT. So, who's Gyrick to these folks?
Once I get the thumbs up, I'll lead my team to Mexico to apprehend Gyrick.
Team? Avengers?
This uniform shows up in Mexico bashing heads in with you. It sends a message.
Well, if your hands are tied, you won't be needing this.
Start bucking up, kid. War's coming.
You call your mom?
I'm on a ski trip in the Alps. Stop pressuring me, Jubes. Look what happens when we don't hide. When we shove it in their face. Will you come with me?
Both
Dad.
have fair points.
The priority for the foreseeable future must be damage control.
Normal people won't accept mutants if they feel threatened. That fear is the whole issue.
Now forgive me. I dare not waste any more of your tolerance, Miss Tilby.
Now, this can't be right. This ain't no jail.
Won't work this time. Not against this. Not against him.
I could be wrong, but was that Apocalypse?
I told you, this isn't your fault.
Feels different this time.
Different than when I died in that shuttle crash. Someone up ahead. A telepath.
Madeline.
Extraordinary. Diamond transmutation has never been one of Emma's abilities. Perhaps
I've always done well. Under pressure.
Haha. Little diamond joke there.
All X-Men to the Blackbird immediately. It's Trask.
Who didn't?
Mr. Sinister. Sinister promised to help me get my life back. Note this. The lobby vending machine is never out of diet. I.e., all of this is literally his fault. I.e., we can't trust him.
Non-alcoholic spritzers will be available for you and your friend.
We go in, charm with small talk, and...
I'm a mutant.
Or just come right out and say it. She even care?
This is such a relief. 4 of our homes have caught fire mysteriously since you turned 16. It was your secret to tell. A mother knows, Roberto.
They call me Jubilee, ma'am.
Thank you for helping my son. Now the trick will be making sure we keep this all private. They can't know we have a mutant in the family.
Oh, Kurt.
Indeed. It is I, sister.
Remy's dead. But that don't mean I'm ready to accept it.
But she did not cause Gambit or Magneto to be killed. She helped them live.
Just as you dreamt it.
Yet you nearly ruined my surprise.
Oh, they wanted Rogue to enter his mind?
Now we know what Trask meant by clearing the building. Sleeping gas.
Uber secret break room behind a busted vending machine?
Since when did the United Nations house classified cybernetics facilities?
Poor man's Oppenheimer before he...
I haven't watched Oppenheimer yet. Gotta add that to the list.
Now, don't do anything silly, Doctor.
What about Mr. Sinister?
That madman is one of the most brilliant engineers in history.
Technology in these cases is light years ahead of ours today.
But I won't let him make me any more of a monster than he already has.
What else can you tell us? Anything helps.
What we all wanted
Yeah,
to
I'm
do.
kind of surprised that they all just kind of stood back and let it happen. Oh, we're back into a horror movie.
has mutated into some sort of
human sentinel. Feed, you get the building. I'll get the debris.
Surrender, mutants.
Can't pull our punches. X-Men, take him down.
The Quicksilver? Yeah. What a waste in the MCU. Such a badass character to get one outing in a movie. I get it's tough to film for Quicksilver though. Like in the prequel X-Men movies.
Do you remember what my inferior form
Like
asked you in the
his
Sahara?
solo scenes where he's like saving people took like 4+ months to shoot. So to have him in a bunch of feature movies, it's definitely tough. But use that Disney money, guys.
Electromagnetic cluster grenades are the quickest way to take these suckers down.
Oh my God. Nathan.
Let's skip the reunion, Dad. There won't be much of a future worth living in.
X-Men, how does this help you deliver the prize you promised me?
Trask was a rough draft. Sinister. You and the villains of old have been failing since '92 to squash these pests. My techs repaired a damaged alien satellite the X-Men used to chat with their allies.
Professor Charles Xavier.
Our merry band of muties have been selling the world a very big lie.
Well, I saw the thing coming out of the sky.
I knew he wasn't dead.
But heat, like music, it softens things. Smooth as butter. So long as you stay still. Simply listen and obey. You were born for this.
Yeah, he's pretty sadistic. Alright guys, just got finished up with episode 7 of X-Men 97, and this one went down on the rankings a little bit for me. Not the greatest, but this is like that build-up episode before all the craziness happens, in my opinion. So yeah, first up, that ending. I knew Magneto wasn't dead. He's too big of a main character to have an off-screen death. I'm sure most people saw that and thought the same thing, but I'm happy now we finally got the confirmation. As expected, no Charles this episode. He's coming from a different galaxy, so I'm sure it'll take him a while, which is great for the plot. To me, I felt like this was something that the X-Men needed to deal with on their own. The aftermath of Genosha, dealing with the death of Gambit. If the Professor had come back now, I just don't think it would have worked. So I'm happy he didn't come back in this one. The next one, though, hopefully we see him there. Poor Rogue lost the man she loves. And her way of dealing with it is to go bash some skulls. I don't blame her. Was not expecting the Captain America cameo. As I said before, growing up, I used to be very heavy into the shows and comics and whatnot. But, you know, you grow older, fall out of certain hobbies, and my knowledge now is basically the MCU movies. And because they're not tied together, it's easy to forget that they are, in fact, all Marvel and part of the same universe. They just haven't been sharing the screen together. So it was definitely cool to see Cap in this one. Kind of like a reminder, like, yeah, no, we all exist together. I would really love to see my boy Spider-Man make an appearance. That'd be cool. But if he doesn't, not a big deal. This show is awesome by its own merits. I don't know if I'm familiar with the guy Sinister is working for. Doesn't ring any bells. Maybe, well, hopefully I'll get some more backstory on this guy next episode. But yeah, he's pretty creepy. He's that cool, calm. He's kind of like a Gus Fring, just calm, cool, collected, but don't piss him off because he's got a brain and he knows how to use it. Also, I could be wrong, but during that like psychic scene, it looked like there was a quick flash of Apocalypse. I could have been seeing things, I could be wrong, but that's what I saw. So be cool to see him make an appearance as well. Really up the stakes for the danger level of what the X-Men are facing. And then this guy Bolivar, decides to end himself, but in doing so just became a super upgraded Sentinel that was taken down fairly easily in retrospect, but still cool and scary, because did his death activate the Sentinel part of him? And if that's the case, how easy is that to implement into other humans? So basically that if they found a way to like make all humans Sentinels when they die, that's scary. Could be overthinking this way too much, but I don't know. I like to try and see multiple things, what could happen. Usually I'm wrong, but makes for cool thoughts in my head. Overall, this was an enjoyable episode. Again, not my favorite. I don't see them topping the 5th episode anytime soon, but this was more of a decline, even compared to the last episode as well. Sure, this is like a filler episode, so to speak, where they're just giving us some details and information, addressing things that were left off previous episodes and addressing them now. So going into the next couple of ones, I hope that they just build up to something very epic. And on top of that, hopefully whatever they are building up to isn't left with a massive cliffhanger. I freaking hate those, but they gotta keep us engaged somehow, make us want to tune back in for season 2, so can't really blame them. But if you guys enjoyed today's episode, I'd appreciate it if you guys could leave me a like. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. Continue to help me grow, guys. Much appreciated. I'm definitely loving all the support you guys have been showing me, so thank you again. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.